What's up, guys? I'm Captain Mike, and welcome to Florida Sport Fishing TV, Wednesday, December 20th. Still blowing 20 to 25 down here in the Keys, so giving us a lot of time to get a lot of stuff done behind the scenes. Want to remind everybody, Florida Sport Fishing TV, our new season kicks off in January on Sportsman Channel. Captain Mike's rigging station filmed right here in our rigging station. Really technical, a lot of great tips. That kicks off in January on Bally Sports. So two awesome series starting right around the corner here. Also wanted to share a little bit of a fishing report with you as to what's going on down here. I know it's windy. Obviously, it's been windy and rough. Everybody that I'm talking to, rescheduling all of our VIP, hands-on fishing courses that were supposed to take place over the last few weeks, and we've canceled a lot of them. And not that we can't fish in a 41 SeaHunter, of course we can, but when you're really trying to teach somebody and have a short period of time, you want to make the most of it out on the water. So anything above 3 to 5s just makes it a little sloppy, and I can't really focus. We don't fish with another instructor. It's just myself one-on-one with you and your group. So a lot of personal attention, and I'm sharing a lot of everything that we're doing. I want you to enjoy yourself. And I just wanted to remind everybody on the topic of these fishing courses, we offer wahoo courses, deep drop courses, wreck fishing courses for the trophy mutton snappers, and daytime swordfish courses. Those are the 4 classes that we currently offer. Right now I'm developing a new class for 2024, hoping to launch it spring, summer. Need to do just a couple more experimental trips out to an area where we're gonna have a deep water jigging trip, 400 to 600 feet, right in that range for yellow eye snappers, queens, vermilions. I think you're going to see a mix, or I know you're going to see a mix of snapper. And I think you're also going to be surprised at what else you pick off in those depths. Tilefish, tuna, wahoo, all sorts of stuff feeding there. And I've got a key area that I want to focus in on. I'm super excited about it. I've been really just spending a lot of time developing this whole course, and like I said, really excited to launch it in the near future, so stay tuned. In the meantime, even with all of this wind, the cool thing about being down here in the Florida Keys is, there's always something to do, right? You could always get out there and fish, even if you charter one of the local boats, which is a great idea. Through fishingbooker.com is a great source to get hooked up with, the best charter guys here in Marathon. They'll get you out there on the Reef. You're only fishing right on the other side of Hawk Channel. You're fishing 20 to 30 feet of water, 35, 38, 42 feet on the deep side there. Most of it is even shallower right there, like I said, in that 30 to 35 foot. And there's a lot of opportunity right there in the wintertime, even when it's blowing like this. Because again, it's shallow, you're not far offshore, and pretty much you could do it, short of 30 plus, you can get out there, get anchored up. Remember, you're on the anchor. And whenever you're on the anchor, you're certainly going to be much more comfortable than, for example, if you're trolling or drifting, just the fact that you're on that anchor is going to make the whole trip that much easier. Your ride to and from the fishing grounds is literally a matter of minutes because, as I mentioned, you're only fishing right on the other side of Hawk Channel on the ocean side. The bay side, there's other opportunities there as well in Florida Bay. Cobias, wreck fishing, bridge fishing, a lot going on there in the bay, okay? Mackerel fishing right now, is on fire. I'm going to tell you that right now. With this cold weather, this blow, I guarantee the mackerel are going to be eating the bottom of the boat in Florida Bay. They were even before this front. Now it's just going to be absolutely on fire. I want to talk to you too, a couple other things that we got going on behind the scenes. All right, like I said, we're making headway with our fishing lodge. I'm going to show you the area coming up here in the future where we're going to be building that. I'm super stoked about that. It's just going to be a fun project, a lot of work going into it, but I know, it'll all be worth it at the end, where we could really enhance your experience. Don't come down for a fishing course today. Don't show up at 5 a.m. get here yesterday afternoon, help me get everything set up. Let me walk you through every single outfit that we're fishing, how it's rigged, why we're bringing it, what the purpose is. Let's break that barrier, get to know the boat, get on the SeaHunter, feel your way around. You know, we'll have some dinner together. We'll talk fishing. Get up early. Breakfast is going to be waiting for you. Coffee station is going to be waiting for you. And then we get out there and really dig deep into what that course topic is. So excited about how all of that's going to develop, you know, once it's all built. Again, right now, we're really not doing a lot of fishing the last 2 weeks, you know, none, to be honest. And it's really because I'm also focused very heavily on catching up on a lot of work behind the scenes for this upcoming season. Deadlines, commercials, reviewing final shows for final edits. All of this has to happen. It doesn't happen on its own. It's incredibly time consuming. You know, a lot of people think, hey, you're filming a couple of TV shows focused on fishing, all you're doing is out there fishing every day. And you know what? That simply is just not the truth. Certainly the fishing is the fun part, right? It's what we live for, you know, it's what we strive for. But when you're producing 2 television series and all of the social media and everything that's going on with it, it literally takes an army. It really does, a small army. You know, so a lot of time, a lot of effort. But like I said, now's a great time for us to do it. And some of the cool projects that we're working on, I want to just point them out. YouTube right here where you are, check out some of these cool thumbnails, right? Check them out. You can see I've made big improvements to our thumbnails, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more modern, a little bit more catchy, you know. But again, that takes a lot of time. And Florida Sport Fishing TV Plus, our streaming platform, I have to stress, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. That's where you're getting exclusive content. That's where you're getting seminars every week on various different topics. You're getting straight up boat previews. You're getting how-tos, rigging tips, everything. Everything from finding them and fooling them to cooking them and catching them and just whatever. Anything related to fishing here in Florida, and certainly with a heavy influence now in the Florida Keys where we're located. So, but tremendous instruction, great way to shorten a learning curve, 24/7 fishing helpline. We can help you in any way that we possibly can. If not, we certainly know people who can, so you've got, you know, our support whenever you need it. But even that streaming platform at fsftv.com, all of those thumbnails and enhancing all of those videos, just really growing the entire user experience. Because look, let's face it, times are changing, right? You got to pivot. You got to make some changes. You've got to focus on the future. If you're not doing that, you're going to be left behind. I'm not getting left behind. I'm telling you that right now. And I know that our message is being delivered to you differently today than it used to be. Right now, it's right here. It's in the palm of your hand. Okay, we've done multiple polls. We know it. We know it for a fact, and I know you'll admit it. 90+% of our viewers are coming right from smartphones. So we are going to modify our content, customize our content, design our content in a way where it's easy for you to absorb, very organized, a lot of benefits to it. Live streaming, we've got an app coming up that we're working on for all smart devices. Another big project happening behind the scenes. We're talking about live streaming. So in the morning, if I'm headed out wahoo fishing, deep dropping, whatever it is, okay, you're going to get that notification that's going to say, hey, Mike's going live from the edge in exactly 8 minutes or whatever it is, right? And you'll be out there, and now I'm going to walk you through what we're doing right from the field. You're going to watch it virtually. You're going to be right there on the boat with me. Really exciting. So, and it's just a way for me to enhance the entire experience and to share everything that we're doing with you. But in order to capitalize on that, you've got to take advantage of our streaming platform. Again, it's fsftv.com. In the meantime, let's talk about fishing down here. I just mentioned that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that you can do regardless of the weather. The reef fishing we just highlighted, but it's got to be done right. So many guys come down here, they fish the reef, and they struggle. They really do. They can't get on a hot bite. you know, they're just trying to bring home the bacon. They're just trying to catch a few fish for dinner, have some fun with, you know, novices, families, even the most experienced anglers. Reef fishing is fun, okay? There's no question about it. It is fun, and you have an opportunity to catch some beautiful fish. But again, it's got to be done right. You know, just a quick overview. Look, this time of the year, I know when I'm fishing the reefs, the patch reefs in shallow water, I'm going to try and get away from marathon. I don't like to fish right out front here. There's a lot of good opportunity, but everybody seems to pound, short of the weather being bad, everybody seems to pound these local patch reefs. So I like to push it a little bit. You know, I'll go down, I don't know, or even, I should say, west off Big Pine. You can certainly go east toward Isle Morada. Get away from the bulk of the pressure. And again, not to reveal too much, but once again, I really like going west. I got to be honest with you, and fishing there off of Big Pine. I find that the reef is just so vibrant and healthy and so many great opportunities there. I'm going to get there, get anchored up. All right, try and drop that anchor in the sand. You don't want to, you know, damage any of that coral. Get back on top of the edge. You know, you want to have some sand pockets around too, because remember, the muttons are cruising in the sand. You've got the mangroves that are deep in the rubble, deep in the reef, in the rock. Okay, they're in there, those mangroves. They like that security. But the muttons will swim all around from patch to patch, okay, until they get a whiff of your chum slick. And then they'll come investigate. But then they'll be on the bottom, in the back of the slick. Your chum is flowing. You've got mangrove snappers. You've got yellowtail snapper even higher in the water column. That's right up here. Then below that, you've got the mangroves, and right on the bottom, you've got the muttons. So think about that. You know, you're fishing different levels of the water column for different size snapper. I find that jig heads, I mean, I got to be honest with you, there is nothing that beats a simple jig head. I'm such a huge fan of these. You know, I used to be the guy that rigged with fish finder rigs and sliding egg sinkers and all of that hoopla. And I'll tell you what, you'd get hung up a lot. You'd miss a lot of fish. You'd catch a lot of fish, but you'd get hung up a lot. And then I really, you know, converted and made the switch to these little jig heads. You know, I'll show you a larger one just so you can see the shape of it. I want you to really see that. That's like a boxing glove type shape jig right there. You can see the hook lays up and where that eye is on the jig head. So when it sits on the bottom, it's literally sitting on the bottom just like this. And that's, of course, where you want it. You want it sitting right on the bottom just like that, okay? And your bait fish is right there. Your pinfish, small pinfish, whoo, deadly. Ballyhoo, butterfly ballyhoo, big strip of something very fresh, okay? That's your ticket to success right there. And of course, they come in various sizes, you know, 1/16 of an ounce, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, 1/2 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, 1 ounce, you know, all depends on the bait size, target species, the current. I like to fish a large enough jig based on that size bait for what I'm looking for. Look, you know, tackle-wise, I can get away with a light spinner, a 10 to 12 pound test spinner with something like a little Stratic 4000. Really light, really sensitive, really comfortable. And I can fish for the yellowtails with either just a fresh strip, a chunk, a small jig head, something like that. 20 pound Diamond Illusion fluorocarbon. Right there, I carry, 20, 15 in case the water is crystal clear, and 30 if I'm looking for the bigger fish. So certainly carry a variety of different leader material right there. But that's all that you need, the jig heads and the leader. Nothing else, no swivels, no hooks, no leads, okay? And you can target the different fish through the levels in the water column. But once again, I'm gonna fish a lighter jig, you know, for the yellowtail, something like a yellowtail candy type of thing. You know, maybe even like this. I'm sure you've seen these. Just almost looks like a little hot dog, right? It just, I'll bring that closer. Just very, very small. And look at that weight right there, okay? You can see almost like a little hot dog shape. Perfect for yellowtail snapper, okay? Mangroves will eat that too. But then if I want something a little bit bigger, if I'm fishing a bigger bait, a bigger chunk, maybe half of a pinfish, I'm gonna bump it up to something, even up to a ½ ounce, because you know what? It's not only about the weight of the head, it's the hook. The hook is super important, how strong and beefy that hook is. But I can't fish that on something this light. I just can't do it. I may have to pick up something else. I may go to a little bit of a heavier spinning outfit with some braided line that has a little bit more beef. I may go to a conventional outfit. I'm not afraid to do that because I know what's on the patch reefs. It could be really big. We catch big muttons, big groupers, big mangroves. There's cobias, there's yellow jacks, there's all sorts of surprises. So again, don't be afraid to fish something a little bit beefier, or you may get your clock cleaned. As a matter of fact, I would recommend it. Definitely, if you're going to be fishing a bait on the bottom, larger bait, larger jig head, do it on a beefier outfit. If you take anything away from this, that's the key right there. As far as color, chartreuse, white, pink, they all work, each and every one of them. So look, just a quick little rundown, that's just a few tips for you. If you really want to pick up more information on reef fishing down here, once again, make the switch, fsftv.com. Hundreds of instructional videos, seminars that are, really break it down, right down to the fundamentals, fsftv.com. Hopefully this wind starts to lay down. It looks like it's going to in the coming days, and I'm certainly anxious to get back out there. We're immediately going to start wahoo fishing again and doing some wreck fishing. This is the time of the year where we see those big African pompanos. They not only start, but they're here. Again, with this front, I'm certain of it. So a couple more days on land, and then I think by the weekend we're going to just start our full cycle again, and a lot of great stuff to share with you. So stick around. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, check out all of the great videos on here, and I'll see you in the upcoming future here. Hopefully I'll see you out on the water, right? If you're coming down to the Keys, now's a great time. Touch base with me. Let me help you in any way that I can, and let's go out there and get hooked up.